Good morning, it's Friday. Just to give you a quick update on the mulatto spitter. When I was filming Demon Hunting in Manchester, the orc that came forward and spat in my face. Well, they now have the witness details, the police know who he is. It's only a matter of days when that little scumbag, who's like, because it's been a month now, a couple of months, he's like, oh, I've gotten away with it, and then knock, knock, knock on the door, come with us. Oh, revenge is a dish best served cold. There's a mother with a baby in pram and a small child. Big argument going on about litter. What else, huh? This is the image that we give to the world of Manchester. It's a fucking junky dystopia where ordinary people are fined large amounts of money for dropping something. Hey world, Manchester's open for business. Oh, so you turn on the news when you go, you know, I used to read when I'd sit down and have a poo. Don't like to poo without something to read. Who else is like that? So I turned on the news and there's been a police officer shot dead. Doesn't happen very much in this country. This is not United States, not Brazil, it's not Mexico where it happens every 3 minutes. Never happens in the UK. Last time a police officer got killed was 8 years ago. So in South London, a place called Croydon, I assume it's a man, had been arrested. He was in custody, so inside the police station, and he shot a policeman or a policewoman dead and tried to kill himself and failed. Now, are we going to see riots for the blue lives? Are we going to see people saying never again in support of this poor police officer killed for doing his or her job? No, you're not. You see the continuation of nihilism. In fact, it's nihilism personified. Once you've been arrested, to say you're suicidal, you're going to kill yourself. Why? Why kill some uniformed policeman or policewoman or detective? Why do that? Maybe now the police will start to take the low-level crackhead problem a bit more seriously. Because it's all connected, it's all one big nihilistic scale that will lead to atrocities like British police being shot dead inside police stations. This is like fucking Terminator 1. Doesn't happen in this country. Police have got to start taking the degeneracy of our culture, the degradation of our culture a bit more seriously. They have to. And now they will. So I'm walking through Piccadilly Gardens and the best line that I've ever had anyone say to me randomly in the street. Guy, junkie, crackhead, he's looking, staring, and he goes, "How can you push a baby around if you're police?" Just smiled at him. Hi everyone. Saturday the 26th of September 2020. I was filming, no, in fact I wasn't filming just a few minutes ago, and the security guard from the other day recognized me. He says, "Welcome back." I said, "Did you see the video?" He goes, "No." I said, "I'll show you." He's like, "No. Then he tried to engage me. He's a security official here with the COVID testing NHS staff. And he tried to engage me with his incorrect knowledge of UK law in terms of filming in public, and then he made some mild threats that I would see the dark side of him if I got my camera out and started filming. So he walked away saying, "Get a life," to me, because I told him it was incorrect. But we're here at the COVID-19 testing site again in Swinton in Salford. I love this building behind me. But just to follow up on my last video entitled War, I did that video with a bit of sadness in my heart, because nobody wants war. Nobody wants fighting. Nobody wants conflict. All I want is to be able to provide for my family and to live a happy life without interference. And that's interference from government, it's interference from ideological adversaries, and it's interference from anyone that might want to try and control how you feel. So I'm just going to pause the video for a sec. I'm going to gather my thoughts, and we're going to go through some of the key points as to why there is an upcoming war and what it means on a personal level. You've got here the NHS van full of kit, and I was filming, as you saw. I did a piece to camera over there. As I walked down these steps here, I got asked by the lady what I was filming, why I was filming it. I could sense by the tone of her voice there was an element of disapproval. So I asked her, "Are you being friendly or confrontational?" And then her face changed and she said, "Bye, bye, conversation's over." This is technically private property, you say? And what relevance does that have to me stood here? Okay, you'd have to call me sir, my name's Charlie. But you didn't know that. I'm Charlie, hi. How's the testing going today? You're welcome. Okay, today I am filming in a blue... Hi! What if you're wrong? What if you're wrong? Yes, what if you are wrong? Not being allowed to take pictures. Hello. Hi, just because you're coming up to me, I have to film this for my documentary. How are you doing?
Yeah, you get our documentary.
My name's Charlie.
Yeah, I know.
No threat. YouTube channel.
I know. You know, when they give us instructions,
Yeah.
Army gives us instructions, no one can take your pictures.
Yeah, but that's like a guidance. It's not like a rule.
I know.
It's like the way my kids shouldn't run in a busy street, you know.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
But some people, they don't want to get their face on the YouTube channels and somewhere.
But they've all got their faces covered.
Yeah, I know, but you know, it's very awkward for someone.
I know. You're being friendly. I understand. You're trying to keep the peace. But because I must capture total coverage,
All right.
out of respect, I'm not going to film you anymore. You're a nice guy. Good man. Yeah, you know. So, but I'm not. I can imagine there's a lot of people that don't believe the virus is real. I'm not one of those people. I believe it's a real virus. I'm just very interested in the whole... Have you seen the film Contagion or Outbreak?
Yeah, I know.
This is happening in real life now, so we're all having a look. There's a lady there filming me now. Hello. Oh, she's on the phone, probably to the cops. It's kicking off. Look, the only reason, like, there's people that say, like, I'm just here looking for trouble, asking for trouble, is no. Walking around enjoying a very banal, non-violent act, and people kick off. And it's interesting when they kick off. Of course it's the reactions of people losing their minds to control freakery, which is interesting. This is what we all want to see. Great Britain, absolutely obsessed with defending the photons. Very funny. I touched upon this in a video recently. How when I went filming in Brazil, for example, everyone's jumping in front of the camera. What you doing? It's amazing. Oh, what are you filming for? Am I going to be on TV? Whereas here, there's very much an implied hierarchy of authority in every single interaction. And that's sad, isn't it? They see me, like, here, I'm stood on the outside bit. You can see the gate. Stood far away. They still kick off. Can you imagine if they came up to me as equals? Hey, what are you filming? Do I look okay? What are you filming for? But instead it's tone, bad tone, aggression, authority, respect it. Just one One other observation. I'm stood here on the public pavement looking into the Salford City Council car park. Of course, there's this. Straight out of a movie. Now, by putting this on a main road, this is the main connection through Salford between the A580 East Lancashire Highway and the M60 motorway that you get out, you go to the top of Top Road, Bolton Road, turn right onto the M60. Very public here. This has the effect of reminding the public that you're in a pandemic, because if you didn't watch TV or listen to the radio, you might start to think everything's okay. So this is a big public reminder that there is a pandemic on. Now think of that what you want. Okay, point one. You need to comply. You need to be communitarian, because it's not just for you, it's not just you as an individual, it's everyone as well. Whoo! It's amazing, put a little bit of a healthcare stamp on it, a little pharmaceutical justification, and you can get away with all sorts of Soviet ideas, all sorts of commandments in the state religion. And it's amazing, it's the Kingdom of Fear, 9/11, and the Kingdom of Fear, it was a book title by Hunter S. Thompson before he swallowed the muzzle. Not the muzzle, the muzzle. Poor. Anyway, Kingdom of Fear, because everyone's scared, your general rationality goes out of the window, and it's like war footing. It's like blitz. We're getting bombed. You can't decide what's right and wrong democratically in a blitz. You got to just stick to the military hierarchy. You got to do as you're told. Now look, I give a lot of leeway, is the right word, to the follies of the British government, and you can spread this out worldwide. It's very similar what the Brits are doing to France, Germany, America, India. It's all Corona panic. It all is, and you can understand. Here in the UK, I'll speak from the British angle because it's the one I live in. It's the one I'm most familiar with. The Conservative government, the Tory government, led by Boris Johnson, they certainly want to control the virus as much as possible because it is primarily killing off their main voting bloc. It's no surprise, it's no secret that the older you get, the more conservative you get. You harden, you stiffen, you become slightly more fearful, and you want to conserve things. You become a bit nostalgic, you become a bit, ooh, things are changing a bit too quickly. Maybe they are. So you become right-wing. Now, this virus, unfortunately, does kill people, but the people it kills are elderly mostly. Of course it kills a few young people, it's always going to be outliers. But elderly people vote Tory, they vote for the Tories, so there is no conspiracy. I don't want to read on social media that, oh, it's eugenics, they're saving money by killing off the old. No, they're just trying to save lives. And when your control freakery can be catalyzed and accelerated by the moral loveliness of saving lives, then your descent into Soviet-style ideas is a lot easier. It's a lot more lubricated. That pill is, you swallow it. So for example, the whole justification for wearing face masks. I'm but you read the government websites, and here's the thing, knowledge and research can really mess with your mind. So you go to gov.uk, government.uk, and you go down to face mask regulations, and it says there in black and white, very clearly in nice simple English, it's guidance. If you feel you're exempt, you don't need to justify your exemption, you don't have to wear the mask, blah blah blah. So I read that and I said, okay, so there's two things going on here. There's the message for the masses to consume. Oh, a bit of apple. I'm eating my apple. It's coming back up. There's a message for the masses to consume, which is, oh my God, wear the mask, we're all gonna die. And then there's another message for the people that bother to do the research and read it, which is, look, we're telling the masses to wear their masks so that everyone stays calm, It's like a pacifier. It's a dummy for a baby. You have a few suckles, you put your mask on, you see everyone else wearing the mask, you feel safe. You're camouflaged. You're one of the pack. You're one of the herd. Now look, we've had compulsory face masks in retail environments for a long time now, a good 6 weeks. and it didn't, well, I don't know, I mean, but there wasn't this, it's hard. I cannot analyze enough data. There's too much data. But I don't think face masks are doing any good. They're not doing any harm. You're just wearing a cloth in your face. The only harm is this slightly easy, the slippery slope starts to get a little, and then you can tumble down very quickly. When it's compulsory this, compulsory that, you can't get this without that. Then it starts to get a little bit Stasi. And because I could rant on, there could be 10 points, but I'll end on the second point. The second point is just classic fucking dignity, isn't it? You're an individual, you live on this earth, your death is certain, your birth was certain. If you're here, you certainly had a birth, you're definitely going to have a death. So the one thing that is uncertain is, will you have soul death? Will your human spirit be killed by just being demoralized and being forced to do things, and like not allowed to visit your elderly relatives, not allowed to have a big birthday party, not allowed to have a Christmas celebration? There's people like Asian families, like Hindus, Muslims, they have big weddings, big happy weddings with a minimum of 300 guests. Government's like, gotta do as we're told because we're doing this for your good. Now here's the thing, arbitrary control, I think it should exist in some circumstances. As a dad, I have arbitrary, full legal and physical control over my children. And thank God for that. Daddy, can I run out onto that motorway? No! And I can enforce it. Or like, you know, power of attorney. Legal control when someone goes senile, when they're elderly and their faculties are gone, to prevent them getting annihilated and scammed, their son, daughter, trusted person can become the power of attorney. So yes, there are justified total control situations, and it's out of love. Now maybe the government can convince me that everything they're doing, destroying the economy, and it's gone, is out of love. Maybe there is still hope. They could still try. They could still tell me, and I could listen. I could believe it if it was true. But ultimately, the big philosophical point at the end of the day is, there's only one thing that's certain, and that's death. You're going to die. But between the cradle and the grave, as soon as you're a grown-up and an adult, then your life is your own. You can make your own choices to defend your grannies and your granddads. You can make your own choices in terms of hygiene. You can choose whether to take part in extreme sports like jet skiing, skydiving, base jumping, bungee jumping, things which will kill you, could kill you. You can be a motorbike rider. I got sent this video on WhatsApp. It's a perfectly chopped off penis. And oh my God, the video, the guy hits a gate and he slams his motorbike into the gate and it chops his penis off. He knew when he got on that motorbike, there's a higher chance of being badly hurt than there is just walking. So we all make our choices, guys. Whether to film in public, whether to wear a face mask, whether to visit your elderly parents or not, what to do with your own children, what you believe in, because ultimately it's between you and yourself, isn't it? Is the government your dad? Is the government your mum? Are you a 7-year-old wanting to run out on the road? No. You're a grown-up. Your life is your own. Do with it as you want to, as long as you're not directly hurting other people. And the people that say, oh, but, you know, in East Germany, capitalist, non-communist thoughts were considered a threat. And you'd be asked to report your neighbor if they had non-Stasi approved thoughts. And we're being asked to report our neighbor if they have a gathering of more than 6 people here in the UK. Some very strange things going on. I don't think I've expressed it as well as I can, but I'm a big believer in doing it live. So we've done it live. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend.